What's up, gamers? It's Tom's Dragon back again with another episode of Kingdoms and Castles, and this time we're going to be doing things a little bit differently. As per mentioned in my previous video, we are kind of going to dive into what the heck to do with fishing huts, because as I noticed before, we have no fish. Nothing. Nada. Zip. Zilch. And I am heavily confused as to really how fishing works. So I've looked up some information. I've looked up a couple things. We are also going to try some experiments here in this episode to test out a couple theories. So it's going to be kind of a jumbled, different episode type today. We're not going to expand on anything we've done over here. We're actually strictly going to build a bridge and set up some fisheries on the edge of this island because we have all this access. We're going to do just some different tests to see how many is too many for fishing huts, and we're going to make sure we can keep track of how much they've caught last year to know, you know, what is the ideal number of fishing huts that you can have in an area. So let's kind of just get started with that. A interesting side note, while I'm kind of getting things prepared, fishing boats actually stop for storms. It's kind of a weird thing. But to go ahead and catch you guys up on just sort of what I did there real briefly, basically I have 3 different sections. We've got 2 fishing huts right next to each other, and we're going to see what they do per year. We got a single fishing hut by itself here that shouldn't overlap too much with these 3 that are literally all right on top of each other. So we're going to test it out with like 1, 2, 3, find out what those do, and then really what we're going to do is add a 4th here. Also Viking invasion. So we'll just kind of maybe watch how this goes. I don't know. I'm a little bit more worried about the fishing than I am them assaulting us, especially from this angle. Yeah, this really shouldn't be much of a problem. They're gonna raid a lot of our area, but it's kind of yeah. Once again, they're going for our weak point, which is right here in the walls. This actually might be a good angle for them because, well, no, these turrets should reach the whole way. Man, they actually got in. Didn't get very far once they got in, but they actually did get in. It's good to know. Good to know. We might build another turret here and then another somewhere here in the middle. Thwart off their attacks next time. But yeah, so we'll come back in one more year to see, because we had that storm, which actually skews our numbers a lot. As you can see, this one caught nothing, but I mean, they didn't go out. I mean, these were just constructed too, so they didn't get much anyways. So we'll see what they do. I did build fishmongers right next to them because they need to store the food in there. So they shouldn't have any tools though, which is actually okay. Yeah, they have no tools, which is fine because, well, they're probably bringing tools now. That way they just store the maximum amount and they don't split up the fish that they have. So I might need to build an extra one next to here. Well, actually, no. All right, so the year's done. Let's kind of just see what we got here, because I guess maybe the storm didn't affect us much. So these 2 fishing huts working together, they catch something consistently around 14 to 15, so 10 and 11 is kind of low for them. Here we have the solo one, which caught 15 all by itself. But look at this. 19 fish last year. 15 fish last year. And 15. So 3 of them smacked in here together are still consistently outputting what a single one does. We finally have storage, but obviously that's because we're not This one's in the middle of the city. This one is like feeding everybody. These ones out here are so far out here, it's not even funny. So really, we need to find some way of shipping the fish into town via, you know, a close nearby market or something. These guys are taking him in, or I think there's a market that's taking him. Where are these guys taking him? I think they're taking him to this market up here, actually. Yeah, you can see them taking the fish right there. Yeah, so they're hauling them all the way up to that market. Speaking of which, we need to do... They're going to haul that far. We are going to upgrade this whole area. So, I guess we'll go ahead and we'll test it out for at least one more year just to see what it does. Then what we're going to do is this guy, we're going to add... And you know what? Maybe this one isn't getting a full... I don't know. Now it says 20 and 14. This one only caught 10. 20, 20, 14. Jiminy Christmas. All right, so we know that 3 is not the max. 3 is definitely a lower threshold, and our food storage is not keeping up. So let's go ahead. I'm going to fast forward. We're going to build one more fishery right here. I'm also going to make sure that I am building another fishmonger to keep up with the demand of these fisheries. Just so that's not like they're not saying, oh, well, I don't want to take any more fish from it. You know, making sure this is 0 so that we are maximizing. So let's see what happens when we build a 4th one. Gosh, I just feel like, you know what? No, we're actually gonna go one more than that because I feel as if we need to try to overshoot at this point because I thought 3 was gonna be too many sitting next to each other. So if 4 could just be a perfect number. Let's try 5, and then if that shows a decrease in the amount of fish they get, then we can pop it back down to 4. But if not, then geez, I don't know why you would want more than 5 fisheries. I might even pop one here in this little corner because I'm not 100% sure if maybe this could get more. I don't know. We might mess around with that, but I will be back in just a bit. All right, briefly unpausing here. Oh, geez, all we get is clouds. Because a different type of dragon has shown up. I have not seen this big bad boy before, so we're gonna watch him get his butt kicked for one. But look at that. Look at this guy. Look at the spikes on that boy. Holy frick. Yeah, he's dead. Dead as heck. Where's the other guy? I think this is traditionally what we see. Yeah, see, he's not near the same size, so I just wanted to show that off, even though this is kind of an episode dedicated to fishing. Gosh, he's huge. Holy frick. I don't think I've ever seen him that big. Well, rip, my dude. It's ironic. It's irony that you're right next to our cemetery, you know? That just makes it a little bit easier on us, so appreciate that. Anyways, so back to kind of the main point of all this is fishing. Everybody's kind of stuck in because of the storm, but I mean, I have no idea where this ends. Like, 25 fish caught last year. That's the biggest number I've ever freaking seen. 19 is massive. 10, 10, 13. So I don't know if this guy is just positioned, like, perfectly, that he is catching the maximum amount here, and these guys are missing out, like, on some sections or something. Just a little bit. But that's ridiculous. Also, I've heard that this number, like, according to the wiki page and everything, is not correct all the time. So, the numbers we're getting could be totally wrong. But, we're just looking for, is there a definite drop-off, depending on how many of these bad boys we stick in one spot? And our answer? It's still kind of a mystery. I mean, I don't really want to spend that much more time and resources into it, but I think what we'll do, because I kind of want an answer on this, is we are going to continue to play the game and to do the things that we do normally in this game. And continue to build out our resources. But just know this, if you are, I guess, watching this video because I'm going to label it fishing test tutorial, how much is too much, just know you can probably pack. Now these numbers are low, by the way, because there was a storm last year. For reference, 9, 10. You can pack 5 of these bad boys all together, and they are not going to have an issue keeping up production-wise. They are still going to produce as much as one sitting by itself. Mostly by itself. I think this is all they share. It's like this line. Yeah. And 2 sitting right next to each other. Other than that, I don't know. And if I mean, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start putting fisheries all the way up this coast until I reach this more northern, well, until I reach about, you know, the range of here. And then coming this way, all the way to meet up with this guy. And we'll see at which point we finally run out of fisheries. That they finally do overfish, if that's even a thing right now that can happen. Because that could be the other point, is that it actually could be something that can't happen. So, this video is going to be shorter, but that's just because the content of it is different than the city we are building. By the way, I had to increase my population a couple different times, so for those of you who are watching for the city building side of this, I did build some more housing here. Our walls look pretty nice. Sir Thomas, you go over there. But besides that, yeah, we have learned something, I think, and I believe we can move forward knowing that these 5 fisheries are going to massively increase the amount of fish that we can produce. So now we just gonna have to find a nice way to streamline getting this all in, and perhaps expanding this fishery. So, thank you for watching. Appreciate anybody who has stopped by on this fishing test. I'm not even going to call it a tutorial, because I'm sure somebody out there has done a tutorial. This is just a test. And the test is still continuing, because that's just 20, 15, 10, 11, 17. Yeah. Put as many fisheries as you want. Just do it. Until next time, gamers, we'll see you.